These musicians, you guys. It's very overwhelming to me to see you all here and to be here, and thank you for being here. Most of the time when I'm asked to speak about Maestra, I tell the story of how we were created, our origin story, about how in 2016, Mary Mitchell Campbell and I had to hire an all-female band for the off-Broadway production of Sweet Charity, and it took us 2 months to find 5 women. You can read that story on the Maestro website, but what I want to talk about today is how far we've come since that moment. Maestra in 2022 is a really big organization. What started as my own personal spreadsheet is now the Maestra Directory. It's a database of women and non-binary musicians that has over 1,300 members from all over the world. You guys are all in it, right? Everybody's in it, yeah. The folks who join the directory are then welcomed into the greater Maestra community, where there are programs set up to help them find each other and to build the skills that lead them to employment and to productions of their work. A Maestra member can apply to be a mentee or a mentor, or write an essay for the Maestra blog, or take or teach a virtual technical workshop, and those workshops are free, like the one that Jasmine Wilson is going to teach. It's a class on public speaking for artists this Thursday at 1 p.m. on Zoom, and it's free. You can sign up. Maestra members can come and listen to a guest speaker at a monthly meeting or join a regional or affinity group full of like-minded colleagues. We have over 800 people in the music directors group. We have almost 200 people in the composer-lyricist group. We have student maestras. We have maestra moms. There are a lot of them in the house tonight. We have our newest group, Maestra Pride. And we're building a group. It's just about to come to launch. It's called Maestras. Well, I don't know what it's going to be called yet, but it's for Maestras of color. And and there are groups linking maestras based on where they live and work. And there's a group in Nashville, there's a group in Southern California, New England, Canada, Australia, and we even have someone who flew here tonight from London to represent Maestra UK. That's Fran. Hi, Fran. And if you're watching us online, all of those regional and affinity groups have after-party rooms in the virtual venue, and so you can stop by and meet someone who's like you. So it sounds like one hell of a party, right? It is. We have a wine sponsor. But building the community is all part of a bigger goal. What we're really doing is we're changing the industry because there is power here. This year, in our mentorship program, we paired 2 women of Iranian descent, Mona Saeed Bolafaroush and Sarah Matin, and they told us that neither of them had ever met another composer with their shared heritage. And now they're writing a musical together. And they're both here tonight. Music supervisors and contractors are telling me that they use the directory to staff up their national tours and their pit orchestras, and Laura Bergquist, the co-chair of Maestra Care, just hired her own mentee to play in keyboards in the production she's conducting in Washington, D.C. Since Maestra began 5 years ago, we've seen the creation of Women's Day on Broadway, Black Theater United, the Broadway Women's Alliance, the Broadway Sinfonietta I saw Macy tonight, Muse, Musicians United for Social Equity, She is the Music from Billboard, Girls Who Conduct, which was started by a woman who came through our mentee program, and several other groups advocating for racial and gender equity in the theater, and that leads me to our biggest project to date. Last year, we built a second website. It's called gettowork.org, and that website addresses the question of who gets to work in this post-pandemic moment when we're all so eager to be getting back to work at all. But we can't just go back. We have to go back differently. We learned last year that in the New York City Musicians Union, only 29% of its members are women, 4% are non-binary or trans, and 86% are white. Get to Work is the result of Maestra's investment in data science, We're gathering statistics like these that illuminate the disparities in our industry, issues around diversity, equity, inclusion, and access, and we're linking together the organizations that are already doing that work. So far, we have 19 community partners, and Get to Work shines a spotlight on their collected resources, the best practices documents, the inclusion writers, the toolkits, and the other action-based solutions that will lead to industry change. They will. We have big plans for the growth of this network, and each and every one of you here tonight, whether you're here in person in New York City or whether you're joining us online, is part of the story of how this work gets done. We are gonna blow this shit up, you guys. Maestra inspires me, it fuels me, it makes something that has always felt kind of impossible seem maybe possible. Despite this unbelievably complicated world, Maestra fills me with hope. I am surrounded in this room and in this community and in this organization by the most wonderful and dedicated humans. Let's give them the tools to do what they're here to do. Thank you.